I think that's a really important point too, because I think your comment about walking, and I think the conversation around climate change and also like not just climate change but large social issues is never about what's the individual's responsibility. It's always, well, the system is fucked or the government's corrupt, and it's like, yeah, absolutely. And also, how much are you looking at your own behavior, your own ability to empathize, your own habits? What are you eating? How are you getting around? What kind of work are you doing? I mean, all these things people are really unwilling to reflect and look at themselves, because we understand quite well actually that the way food is produced, for example, is a massive has a massive impact on climate and local economies and the health of the soil, and all that academic research is out there, and also on the health of our bodies. We understand that really pretty well. Yeah. I mean, as well as maybe there's a spiritual element that we don't understand very well, and kind of cosmic. But I think that's really important, that we do continue to push that as a narrative that, hey, I'm going to write stuff, I'm going to create stuff, I'm going to live my life in a way that I think is promoting some individual behavior change.
Although in the other side of the argument is people are not starving anymore, which is pretty good.
Like, not here, no. They're not starving here.
Well, generally just everywhere in the world is doing a lot better than it was 50
Yeah, but
years
you can't
ago.
say that about Africa.
Oh, yeah, you can, actually. You can.
Not
I think there's some... I think things have progressed quite... I mean, poverty levels have definitely decreased. Certain, like, major illnesses have definitely decreased. I mean, in terms of, like, malnutrition, I think is largely decreased over the last, 10, 20 years. I think it's good to celebrate, and we do need to like acknowledge that things are going well. But I think also like you can here in East London, the kind of child poverty rates and like child hunger levels is extraordinary for one of the richest nations in the world.
Don't get me wrong. Like I'm totally with you. I'm just saying that we also should appreciate the fact that there are a lot of good things happening and going well, and it is good that people are pushing for further change and for more transformation. But we can't. We have to be able to give value to the things that we have achieved as a society.
Yeah,
you know?
But I would say these are two different things, because one thing is on the basic living and surviving, and the other thing is how we live. And I never said that I can do both. I can't give people I can't give people work. I can't get them out of poverty. I can't make them buy the right things, for example. I hope they will.
Yeah, and maybe those aren't your fight.
But this is not my fight. My fight is, how do you treat your children if they're different than you? How do you treat your neighbor if they're different than you? Or and why do you do that? Where is your hate coming from? Or where is your positivity coming from? It's like, it's like these things. I'm caring about the inside, I would say, of people, because I think it's what makes us human, and it's what counts in the end.
Yeah.
It's like because the way we are living, it's like you cannot afford too much. I cannot afford too much as well. But it's not my issue. It's not my problem. As long as I have enough to survive, like you as well, live in the way that I can think about, today I'm going to the movies, something like that, and not like in 3 months I might have the money to go to the movies once. As long as I can live like that, I can focus on what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, it's a bit like, because I'm an atheist. I'm not a believer. So for me, this is actually the part of spiritual, the spiritual part that actually the religions are taking care for, group movements, and that's what I focus on, because I learned from my life. This is what is the most important part to human beings. Because you can survive on just like little food, but if you have no friends, if you have no family, if you have no purpose for yourself in life, and also no connection in whatsoever to nature or the world, you are fucked.
Yeah, I think it's I think what you said about your fight is so important. I think people oftentimes don't reflect on what their fight is and what, and actually, just because you're not going to go out and run a marathon for AIDS, or you're not going to support this or that or whatever it is, it doesn't mean that you don't care,
Yeah.
or that you're not personally responsible for the things that you're doing in the world. And even as an artist, you have a fight, and you show up every day, and and you care about something, and you believe that there's a better way to live, and you've got faith in that. Actually, like I'm sure you walk out of the house every day, and you believe that there is a form of justice that you want to live according to, and there's a form of care or affection that you want to show to people, and you also want to receive as well. And I think it's something that we just don't reflect on much. Generally, it's a huge generalization, but it's not something that we've ever been taught in school.
Yeah.
What's your fight? What's meaningful to
Yeah.
you? What do you actually give a shit about?
Yeah.
And how are you working on that and reminding yourself of that on a day-to-day basis? What's your faith? What do you believe in? That would be a tough question to ask in school these days.
Yeah.
You might lose your job. If
Yeah.
you ask someone, what do you believe in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's all hyper relevant for today, and also for someone who's putting stuff out and manifesting things in the world. It's massive.